في جامعه بسند صحيح عن أنس بن مالك رضي الله عنه قال قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. The Hadith 9 collection of Imam al-Tirmidhi in his Jami' with an authentic chain narration narrated to us by Anas ibn Malik. And I'm going to start a themed series inshallah on Tuesdays and Sundays, and we're going to talk about Ridha, content. And the Ridha billah subhanahu wa ta'ala, first of all, and then other aspects of it. You are commanded to be content with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and with certain aspects of your life. And you're commanded to be the opposite when it comes to yourself and your choices. And the concept of Ridha is a double-edged sword. So if you take the concept and put it in the wrong place, apply it to the wrong party, then you can it will backfire in a very negative way. So I'm going to share with you a number of hadith where the Prophet ﷺ talks about this and taught us how to deal with it, because it's a part of shukr, it's a part of being grateful, it's a part of gratitude, right? And it's also a part, if misused, it's a part of vanity and arrogance. So it's a core Islamic concept. The reason being is that there's a lot of risk with it. It's dangerous. With not having it in the right space is extremely problematic, and having it in the right place is crucial. And if you just a small adjustment to it can be very, very harmful. So it's important to understand. I'm going to share with you a number of hadith on the topic. And this is the first one, and this is a very famous one. And this is what the Prophet ﷺ said. قال إن عظم الجزاء مع عظم البلاء وإذا أحب الله قوما ابتلاهم فمن رضي فله الرضا ومن سخط فله السخط. So he said عليه الصلاة والسلام in this very, it's a non-contextual hadith, meaning, and it's important to understand that not every hadith is non-contextual. Some of them are very contextual. I mean, there's context to the hadith. Something happened. It was a certain time in his life, a certain time in the Sahaba's experience, and there's a reason for why he said what he said. You have to know it. This is a hadith that is timeless. You could just pick it up anytime and read it, and you will learn something from it, because it was not contextual. It was just he was just explaining to us something that the Quran said, and he was simplifying it for someone like me to understand. And he said, indeed, the magnitude of reward is correlated with the magnitude of the difficulty that comes with it. Meaning the more severe the difficulty, the bigger the reward for being patient and persevering and showing content basically to it, and accepting that this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala dealt you. This is the hand He dealt you. It's not the hand you wanted. It's a lot of pain in it, but that's what He chose for you. And if you accept that, then you get the ajr. The ajr is as big as the difficulty was. The ajr, the reward, is as big as the difficulty. That's what the Prophet ﷺ is saying, is never be, and he's telling us this for a reason. Because when the difficulty is very hard to swallow, it's huge, you start feeling, shaitan finds a way in. He finds a weakness, and because now you're upset, and you're like, why is this happening to me, and why isn't everyone else fine, and I'm like this? No, understand. Other people's difficulties are smaller, so their reward is going to be smaller. Your difficulty was huge, so your reward is going to be huge too. So don't get all upset about it, right? And then he explains this a little bit more, alayhi salatu wasalam. He says, وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ إِذَا أَحَبَّ قَوْمًا. And if Allah loves people, if He loves, listen to this, if Allah loves a group of people, a nation, a population, a person, if Allah loves someone, ibtalahum, then He will give them difficulties. He will give them trials. Ibtalahum, He will trial them, He will test them, He will put them to the test. He will put in their lives obstacles that they have to overcome, things that they don't necessarily like. If He loves them, why? Because your true colors will only shine when you are tested, when you are put to the test. That's the only way we know if you're a good person. You have to be tested. Everyone's an angel if their bellies are full and their bank account is full and life is going well. Everyone is nice in the masjid. Everyone will give you the salams and the hugs and all look and the jazakallah khair and barakallah feek and make dua for me. All that stuff is but it's when you're struggling, it's when you're suffering, it's when life is frowning upon you and everything is difficult, that the best that you show your character. So Allah, if He loves you, He gives you opportunities to shine, to show your character, to show who you are. He doesn't give that to everyone. So if you're like, I don't want the difficulty is so that, because He loves you, because He wants to give you the chance to shine, so that, because people don't remember. After you go away, after you die, after we all die, no one's going to remember the smooth sailing times of our lives. People will remember about you the mihna that you had. Imam Ahmad lived for a very long time. Ask any normal Muslim. They know nothing about his life except that he was thrown in jail because he stood his ground on an Islamic concept. They don't even know what the Islamic concept is, or understand it, or understand what was said about it, or have any idea of why it was talked about. But they remember that he stood his ground, he was thrown in jail. Why? Because people remember your difficulties and how you shone or you didn't. How you shone or you failed to do so. So the Prophet ﷺ said, if Allah loves you, He will test you. فَمَنْ رَضِيَ فَلَهُ الرِّضَى. Those who show content with that, that's what they get. They get the content. They get the ease and the heart that contents bring them. You see, rida, when you're content with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah does not benefit, you do. You're the one who lives better. You're the one who, despite the pain and despite the trial and despite the difficulty, you're living with peace of heart and mind because you've accepted, Ya Rabb, this is what you chose for me. Lak alhamd. Lak alhamd, I'm okay. Alhamdulillah. Nasbir. That's what you chose for me. So you have rida. And that rida is what's going to allow your life to be is going to give you fulfillment in your life. وَمَنْ سَخِطَ. And those are like, why are you giving this to me? Why did I do wrong? فَلَهُ السُّخْطُ. That's what they get. They get the upset that they have. Subhanallah. If you show rida, that's what you get. If you show upset and objection, then that's what you get. You get whatever you decide to show when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests you. Show rida, and that you live with it, and then you get the ajr. Show suhut and upset, then you live with the upset and the disgruntlement and the sourness in your nafs, and then you find nothing waiting for you on al-qiyamah. That's why it's so important to understand this. مَنْ رَضِيَ فَلَهُ الرِّضَى. You show content, you get that. You're blessed with this content. It lives with you. It sees you through the difficulty. It helps you get through the difficulty to the other side. And then if you have suht, if you have objection and you're refusing it, then that's what you get. You live a life that's filled with sourness and upset and disgruntlement, and there's nothing. What changes? Does the difficulty go away? No, it stays. I deal with people who get cancer. May Allah protect all of you and your children, your loved ones, inshallah. Right? And they get cancer sometimes at a time in their lives where, it just wasn't, it's a horrible time to get it. If they're content, then they have it. It's not going to go away. There's nothing to do. Right? They're going to stuck with it for whatever's left of their lives. Either they show content and they live with content for the rest and they're happy for those couple of years or whatever they have left of their lives, or they're upset and they live with that upset. They choose. And you and I do the same. And that's what the Prophet ﷺ is teaching us here. This is an extremely profound hadith. Please go back and listen to it again and think about it. Because he's telling you, look, the bigger the difficulty, the more reward. Don't accept the difficulty. Don't get upset with it. Because if He loves you, He'll give you a hard difficulty. And then if you show content, that's what you get. You got rida in your heart, you got rida from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You got rida from both. From your nafs shows rida, so you're happy and you're content, and you got rida from Allah. وَمَنْ سَخِطْ. And if you show upset, then you live with your own upset, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows you the same thing يوم القيامة. So you get to choose what you want. يروي الإمام الترمذي في جامعه بسند صحيح عن أنس بن مالك رضي الله عنه قال قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم إن عظم الجزاء مع عظم البلاء وإن الله إذا أحب قوما ابتلاهم فمن رضي فله الرضا ومن سخط فله السخط. صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. سبحانك وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وصلى الله